Hey, so this is our full body stretching and mobility routine. So you're going to pull your hands into fists, bring your shoulders down. And you're going to you're going to bend your head down forward and trace your collarbone with your chin. And then make a really big circle. Imagine tracing the biggest circle you can with your chin. And so you're going to go right and then left. And you'll just go back and forth each time. And make the biggest circle you can. We're going to go 3 each direction. And you can see here, I'll show you from the side, you're going to make a big circle, keeping those shoulders down and keeping that back nice and straight. Okay, next we're going to go into some shoulder rolls. So you're going to make those fists again, and you're going to bring your shoulders up towards your ears and then back down. Okay, so all the way up and then all the way back and around. So you're going to go 3 all the way back, and then you'll do 3, 4. So as you can see, you're also moving them forward and backwards as well as up and down, and just making really big circles. Alright, next we're going to do a upper body rotation. So you're going to get into this position with one leg in front, and you're going to rotate over that leg. And you can see that I am keeping that lower body still and rotating open my upper body by reaching my arms that way. So you're going to do 5 on each side. I'll show you from the side. So you're going to lock in those hips and open up that chest and feel a stretch throughout the front of your body. So we'll do 5 this way as well. Alright, and then we're going to do a groin stretch. So you stand nice and wide, spread your arms out, and you're going to reach down and touch the ground in between. And you can see here, I'm pushing my butt back, so you're able to do that, so you can reach the ground, or at least as close as you can, and still have it be comfortable. So we're going to go 5 to each side. Just stretching out the glutes and then also the groin, which is just the inside of the legs. Okay, now we're just going to stretch your hamstrings by taking a step back and doing a quick stretch on our hamstrings and just finding some spots that feel comfortable. There's no exact way you have to do this. Just sort of lean back and stretch the hips. You can try bending a knee or keeping it straight. Just kind of loosen up the hips, just like this. And you'll do about 10 per leg. So next we're going to do some hip wiggles. So we're going to get in that split stance where one leg is in front. You're going to square your hips up and then just shift them side to side. So you'll feel a stretch on the outside of the glutes as well as the leg that's back. You'll feel a stretch on the front in the hip flexor. So I'll do about 10 wiggles per side, and I'll just show you here on the side view. Of course, you'll want to switch which leg is in front. So you'll just do 10 with each position. Okay, and you can see I'm not twisting my hips at all. They're just maintaining that straight on position and just going side to side. So next, we're going to do some half kneeling exercises. So I'll demonstrate from the side, but we're going to start with the hip flexor stretch. With our left knee down, you're going to squeeze that left glute and push your hips forward. Okay, you can see that I squeeze my glute so that my hips don't just flop forward. So you should feel a stretch in that front of that hip while maintaining a pretty straight back, as you can see here. So we'll do a whole bunch. Now we're going to do a groin stretch. So you're going to lift that right leg out to the side and slide along that right leg, and you will feel that stretch in the right leg. So for this series, we will maintain our left knee on the ground. I'll just turn a little bit to show you the easier views. So now we're going to do a groin stretch. We're going to get on all fours and bring our leg out to the side. And you're just going to rock backwards. And you're going to feel stretch in that groin on the right side. So next we're going to do a hamstring stretch. Yes, that's correct. And we will straighten that leg out, relax the toes, and just lean forward till it's straightened. And we can rock back and forth. We want to go till it's mostly straight and just really feel a stretch. It's okay to bend the low back. We'll just kind of get that a little bit of a stretch as well. So we'll do 6 there. And now we're going to hold this bent knee hamstring stretch. So I want you to push your hips back as much as you can, bend the knee a little bit, and you'll feel a stretch in that lower part of the hamstring, or the inner part, I guess. So now we're going to stretch your ankles out. I'm putting my foot flat down on the ground and just rocking back and forth over it, stretching out the back of my calves, as you can see here. I'll do 10 of those. So we'll switch sides now. So now we're going to squeeze that right glute, as in right knee is on the ground, and you're going to push your hips forward to feel a stretch on that front area right there. We'll do 6 of these. So all these will do 6 reps unless I specify otherwise. So now you see we're going to do that groin stretch. So we're going to swivel our left leg out to the side and open it and slide along the thigh to kind of stretch out that left groin. And you can see if you can't go out that far, you can always go out more forward and just still follow the line of that leg. So now we're going to stretch out our groin. So all fours with that one leg out to the side. For the most part, I do keep my back flat, but you can pick what feels comfortable as long as you're feeling a stretch on the inside of that leg. Okay, next a hamstring stretch. So straight leg, you're just going to get down as far as you can, and you're going to rock back and forth. Okay, so we'll do 6 of these. And then we'll just do a bent knee hamstring stretch. The goal is not to straighten the leg, but to bend forward as much as possible at the hips. So we're going to do our ankle one more time. I'll show you from the front. As you can see, my feet are pointing forwards, and I'm not letting my knee really collapse too much at all, but you can always play with the angle that you're pushing forward, as long as it's comfortable for the ankles. Now we're going to stretch out our big toes. So we're going to get on all fours and curl our toes under, and you'll just rock back and forth. If that rocking hurts, and simply just kind of hold that stretch. You should feel a stretch in the big toes and also the little toes as they're all curled under. Now we're going to do just a quick rotation of the upper chest. We're going to sit our butts back and sit on our feet. And you're just going to push through the ground and open up that chest while keeping those hips locked in place. And you'll see it on the other view, from the side view. You want to do both sides. Okay, so you're going to push through the ground and rotate upwards with the glutes on above your feet. So the hips are staying still. So we'll do 6 here as well. And now we're going to lay down on our back and do some stretches this way. So first we're going to just do a knee to chest stretch. Okay, you're just going to hold up your knee for a second, and you can see you can bring your leg out to the side and get a good stretch. And a good way to work on your hip flexor strength is bring your knee up as far as you can get it on your own, and then pull it up with the hands. So do 6 on each side and just kind of loosen up everything. And allow me to fix my headband for a second. Okay. So now we're going to do what we call the pretzel stretch. So you're going to lay down on your back with your knees bent and roll over. Then you're going to grab the leg that's on the bottom with your arm that's on the top. Okay, and you're going to actually have a quad stretch. So I want you to take 5 deep breaths here. And each time you let your breath out, you can kind of breathe, stretch a little further. So, okay, roll to your right side. Okay, grab the bottom leg with your top arm and give that a pull to stretch out your quad. Okay, and again, 5 deep breaths here. You can see I'm just taking some deep breaths here as my chest rises up and down a little bit. So next we're going to do what we call a hamstring floss. You're going to bring your leg up behind and grab behind the knee. With your foot flexed upwards like that, you're going to straighten your leg 10 times. And you're going to use your quad muscle to pull it straight. And you're just going to try and hold that upper leg as still as you can. Okay, so we'll do 10 here. And then we'll do ankle circles. So we'll do 5 one way and then 5 the other way. And what this will do is stretch out our ankles, and you're still going to want to maintain that straight leg as much as you can, using that quad muscle. And you should feel it a lot on the outside of your calf when you come inwards. So 5 each direction. Okay, then we will switch legs. Okay, so the other leg should be straight. Good. And then you're going to grab behind the knee and do 10 pulses towards your face. You are just going to go as far as is comfortable. And then you'll do 5 circles one way with the ankles. And then you'll go 5 the other way and really stretch out those calf muscles as we're rolling the ankle. So next, we're going to do what we call a 90-90 stretch. So you can see here that all of my limbs are at a 90-degree angle at the knee and at the hip, and then at the back, knee, and the hip. And I'll show you some modifications that you can make later on. But you can get in that position, and you're just going to lean forward over that front leg. You should feel a stretch in that glute. And you're just going to do 5 leans as much as you can while it's still comfortable. And now, and you can see here, you can move your leg more towards, I guess, the side to make it easier for you to lean forward. Now you're going to hold that back leg down. You're just going to lean backwards. And you should feel a stretch sort of on the inside of that back leg. So we'll do 5 going backwards here. And you can kind of play around with position and just see what feels comfortable. So then, once we're done there, we'll switch sides. So now the left leg will be in front. And you can see here everything's in a 90-degree angle. And then you're just going to lean forward 10 times. Just kind of stretch out that hip. And you can sit in this position a little bit longer if you would like, whatever's comfortable. And here you can see I'm holding my leg down and leaning backwards so it doesn't roll back with me. Okay, so we'll do 5 here. And I do want to show you that if it's hard to sit upright, it's completely okay to be leaning more to the side to get in that position. So that's completely okay. So our last thing we'll do is the child's pose stretch. So our hands will be in front of us and we'll just lean backwards. And then you're going to rock back and forth. And stretch out the glutes and the low back a little bit. And then we're going to add a modification where you'll go to the side. So your hands will swivel to the side. And you'll still lean backwards. And you should feel it in that left hip. For at least this demonstration, you'll feel it in the left hip. And then if you switch sides, you'll feel it in the other hip. And this is just a good way to end out the day. Now the good news is that this only takes 15 minutes and you can do it twice a day, just because we're only doing 5 to 10 reps of everything. So enjoy.